Okay, you're listening to Coco's Italian Market Podcast. I'm here with Chuck Sinelli, the owner and operator. And Chuck.
Yes,
Good
great
morning.
to be here. Good morning.
Thank you. Today we're going to talk about the fact that you all grow your own vegetables.
Well, not all the vegetables, but as much as I can, and I am expanding all the time. I have big plans for next year.
Okay. So what brought that on? Why did you decide to grow the vegetables that you do grow?
Well, it's kind of an evolutionary thing. I've always been interested in gardening, never successful, but my family gardened, and my grandmother, of course. But
When you say you weren't successful, how do you mean?
well, I never really had the time or the space or the ability to do the commitment, because honestly, it's a huge, huge commitment. Every day, you have to do it.
So let's talk about what you do grow. What are some of the specifics?
Let's see. Well, basil mostly because it's very expensive, and when it's homegrown, it tastes great. Also, sometimes there is a blight, and it comes from as far away as Mexico, and it's very expensive. So, for several reasons, I go through so much of it, probably $1,000 a month if I had to purchase the basil, that I do grow as much as I possibly can. And then, of course, we make the pesto and freeze it as we harvest. So it gets us through the winter. And then at the moment, I only have 100 tomato plants. Normally, I've been growing on the top of my Italian market. And this year, we purchased 3 acres just around the corner. We're 2 blocks away. So it's hard to get the garden started at first. So at the moment, I only have 100 tomato plants, maybe 50 peppers. And I'm propagating melons for our prosciutto and the melon dish. I'm trying to think what else. My cilantro did not work.
Why is that, do you think?
We had a couple frosts. And actually, I had to start half the basil over again. So I'm a little late on the basil.
So you said you had a garden on top of the roof.
Yeah, I used our pickle buckets from Coco,
Okay.
and I turned those into planters. But this year we need a new roof. I need a new roof actually for several years. I've just kind of been patching it. So I was not able to start the garden on the roof. And then, of course, we did have a very cold spring, so that kind of set me back.
Okay, you've built a greenhouse.
Well,
And-
yeah.
Did you do that from scratch, or did you
No,
get a
I
kit?
bought a kit.
Okay.
And it's interesting. The kit was so inexpensive, but the amount of time it takes to put it together, I wonder if it was worth it. Actually, it is. It's worth it.
So during the wintertime, when I know that's when most people complain about the tomatoes that you buy at the store, they're terrible. What do y'all do to kind of keep that fresh? Or
Well, you know what? I'm going to end up just purchasing from my one of my produce purveyors, probably. It's one of those things you'd have to can them, or I'd have to make a lot of the tomato sauce in advance and things like that. So, well, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this year, but now we have 3 acres. This year, I've only was able to till half of an acre. And then, of course, we do hydroponic. Oh, I forgot to mention we do our own romaine lettuce as much as possible. And the reason why I like to do my own romaine is when you buy it in the store, it's very light green. When I grow it, it's a beautiful dark green and very tasty.
okay. Can you talk about hydroponics? Because I think most people think about the stereotype of people using it for other purposes. So
Oh, no, well, some vegetables work fantastic, hydroponically. The kale, which I'm working on growing hydroponically for our new juice and smoothie bar next door to Cafe Coco. So I've got 4 vertical hydroponic units to start. And anyways, I can grow 40 plants in like 3 square feet, and I just forget about it. It's just fantastic.
can you talk a little bit about that device?
Well, it's a tower garden, and there's a tub and the water with the nutrients, and then there's a pump, and it goes up about 6 feet. Then it disperses from there, and it actually has a kind of like let's just call them nets. So it's like raining down on the strategically located rock wool. I don't use the rock wool for the lettuce. They're just in the baskets, the little mini baskets. But so they're rained on every 15 minutes.
And they sell them at Symmetry?
Yeah, you can buy those at Symmetry.
Okay. Which we need to mention Symmetry because that's where you all are cooperating on a juice bar.
That's right, yeah, Cafe Coco and Symmetry. We put in a juice and smoothie bar, fresh juice. We buy as much organic and locally produced vegetables as much as possible.
Okay.
So, and they do juice cleansing there, hydroponic.
What is juice cleansing exactly?
Oh, well, first off, Amy, the owner, she's a colonics therapist. And so, it's a health conscious retail store with services. There's a chiropractor, they do massage therapy. There's a hypnotist, a psychologist, and then they have retail, like, for your back. Oh, and they sell the water, the Kangen machine, the Japanese. Yeah, the alkaline water. Push the button for whatever pH level you need and whatever is recommended. And there's a lot of books that can help you, or you can ask the staff. And fill up your jug. It's $1 a gallon.
Okay. Do you use the water for your?
Yeah, actually,
vegetables?
I do a little research. I find out what pH level grows best for. A lot of it's level 6, which is fantastic because the city tap water is 7, maybe 7.5, and so I do the 5 or 6 to help with my hydroponics and also with my watering can.
Do people come in to buy the water just for their gardening? Do you know?
No, I don't know. That's a good question. I kind of don't think so.
Okay, got it. Now, before we recorded this, I was out there chewing on the basil, and I've never had basil like it. Why do you think it tastes so good?
It's the trombone, Tim.
How do you mean? Is that a part of the plant?
No, it's not part of the plant. For some reason, I started collecting valve trombones. It's kind of a long story. And so when I'm home alone, I'll play the trombone to my plants.
And that's the secret to your...
That's the secret. It vibrates at a certain level, and I think they love the vibration.
Okay. One last thing, you were complaining to me about your neighbors having this bamboo that's just overgrowing and getting onto your property. Tell us how that panned out and how that affects Cafe Coco and the Italian market.
That's really funny because now I wish I let the bamboo grow. I've been knocking it over as the little sprouts come out. Every morning when I'm out at the greenhouse, I'll step on the bamboo shoots. But a few of them start growing behind the shed, and they're 15, 20 feet tall. Well, I need tomato stakes, and they make perfect tomato stakes. Now I wish I let them all grow.
Yeah, and it's true that bamboo has no natural predator in Tennessee, right? And that's
I think that's
why they just grow out of control.
It's totally out of control. Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us. Any last words?
No, just visit us at Coco's Italian Market. It's as authentic as I can possibly get it. We have imports from Italy. All the flour is from Italy, the herbs, that I don't grow them. And we have a grocery store, and basically I pick out of our grocery store to make our meals that we serve in the restaurant. So,
and check out the website, which is?
Italianmarket.biz, B-I-Z.
Okay, and the phone number?
783-0114.
The 615 area code, in case you're listening in China.
Yeah. Hello. Hello, China.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
All right. Thank you. 再见.
再见. Bye-bye. Ciao for now.